Get ready with me for my 25th birthday dinner. I figured, let's talk about my 25th year of life while I get ready. On the surface, this year has been incredibly productive. I married the love of my life. I have gone some incredible places. I've made memories that I will always remember for a lifetime, but that's all pretty much on the surface. For anyone who saw my post from last night, this year internally was very different. I feel as though I did the opposite of grow. And I know that sounds really depressing, and don't get me wrong, it was. When I first had this discovery, it's like really hard to sit there and think, oh my gosh, I'm disappointed in the year that I've had. Everybody wants to look back on their year, and it's really convenient that my birthday is also the end of the year. This is kind of like a 2-in-1. But I look back on the year and I don't feel accomplishment, and I don't feel proud of the way that I'm growing, and I don't feel confident in myself, and I don't feel secure. I feel the opposite. I think this year was really hard for me in the sense of like knowing myself. I've always considered myself to be extremely confident, not always just like confident in my physical attributes, but confident in my heart, confident in my career, confident in my path, just sure, a very sure person, a positive person. I felt as though the world was my oyster. I was extremely naive to the way that other people might feel about me, the comments other people might make about me. I had no doubt in myself, essentially. And this year kind of felt different. This year was the first time I experienced self-doubt in a way that I have never experienced before. I think it started last year, if I'm being honest, and these like minor moments have led to an entire change in the way that my brain works. And hasn't been easy, okay? It really sucks from going from somebody who believes in themselves to somebody who like doesn't at all and kind of doubts myself. And I know this sounds like really sad. I'm not sitting here talking to all of you about this for sympathy. Like, oh my gosh, she's so sad. I'm not. I'm actually extremely happy and extremely happy with where I'm at in my life right now and everything going on in my life. And I'm creating incredible memories. I love my family. I love my friends. But I don't really know how to explain it. I've just become a little bit too aware of what other people think. I've become a little bit too controlled by outside validation. Therefore, one of my biggest lessons in being 25 is that if you can feel something pulling at your heart and changing the way that you think, don't let it build up to the point where it feels like you can't stop it. Because that will happen, and rare feelings for you will then become normal feelings for you. I also learned in the year of being 25 that the way that you talk to yourself and the way that you think about yourself and the way that you think to yourself absolutely impacts the way that you will feel and the way that you will function in your life. If you let negativity control you, eat you alive, if you create negative scenarios out of small little things, you will not be happy. I also found myself slowing down a lot this year, being a lot more present, not necessarily by choice. That being said, my mental health was in such a weird state for so many months and so many weeks out of the year that I felt so paralyzed. I felt crippled, which forced me to slow down, which forced me to be present. So it was a blessing in disguise, but it's a really difficult feeling, and it's a really hard thing to explain to people. Like, I'm trying to do stuff. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to figure out what I want for my future. I'm trying to create goals, and nothing is coming to me. It was a year of a fog that was so heavy, I didn't know that I'd ever see the light again. And all the while that I was feeling those things, I still trekked forward, I still pushed forward, and I still had some of the greatest experiences of my whole entire life. I think I can find it hard for me to reflect on positive things and easier for me to reflect on negative things, because I think sometimes that's just how the human brain works, especially a human brain that is going through the motions that mine is going through right now. I think a part of the reason this year didn't feel that successful for me is because I didn't feel much growth in my career, which used to be something that was constantly growing, constantly moving forward. I don't mean growth in numbers. I just felt like I always was extremely passionate about what I did. I was extremely focused in what I did. I was extremely present in what I did. In the last year and a half or so, I haven't been as much. Like, social media has been a lot more draining for me in the sense that I'm constantly worried about what I'm posting. Is it good enough? Are people going to like it? Is someone going to have something to say? And I used to just be so myself unapologetically, and don't know how to be that person anymore because she's kind of been gone for such a fat minute. And I think that that's the one thing that because it meant so much to me, my career, it's really weird it not being the highlight of my life, the center of my life, if that makes sense. I'm prioritizing different things in my life. I had things that were the highlights of my year that had nothing to do with work, if that makes sense. It's all still a little bit complicated. It's still all being completely processed in my mind. I haven't figured it all out yet, but I just wanted to be open and vulnerable about the things that I've been feeling this year, the things that I've been feeling the last few months, and just like being honest, because I think being honest is important. And I think I've just been afraid to just get on here and talk because I don't know. I don't know how anymore. So I just really love you guys for listening to me and sticking around and being so kind and gentle and understanding of me and being supportive of me through all these chapters that I've been on. I'm just so incredibly grateful. And I'm so incredibly excited for the new year to just grow again, to learn how to do this again, to enjoy this again. And just, this community means everything to me. So it's been really weird for me to not prioritize it. Gosh, my brain is all over the place, and part of me doesn't want to post this because it's all over the place, but I'm going to. Yeah, those were my biggest takeaways of being 25. Another takeaway I learned is marry someone like your life depends on it, okay? Marry the partner that understands you, that loves you, that is so incredibly obsessed with you, and vice versa, because you're gonna have to go through things like this, feelings like this with that person, and it's very important that you're with somebody who loves you and understands you and wants to grow with you and support you and be there for you and is also your best friend. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful for Gabe through this self-discovery transition that I'm going through, because it's been weird. I've been not really myself, and I don't know where she is. I can't seem to just go back to being myself because I don't know how to do that. And even if it's not a romantic partner, your friends, your coworkers, your family, be around people that build you up, because you are the people you surround yourself with. So surround yourself with people that you are inspired by at some capacity, in some way, shape, or form. And the last thing I'll say, don't be afraid of feelings like this. Don't be afraid of moments like this. Don't be afraid of opening up about what's going on inside of you internally, because there's no way to move past it until you've laid it all out on the table, okay? The first step to solving a problem is admitting that you have a problem, and there's nothing wrong. It's not a problem that you're feeling things, but it is very important that you communicate them, because one, it will make your life easier. It will make the people around you's life easier, and you will actually be able to move through things, not just sit in them forever and ever and ever until they build up and you explode. I love you guys, and my makeup's done, so I'm going to take that as my sign to stop talking, but I am incredibly excited for this next year. I have never felt more excited for a year ever in my life, and 2026 is going to blow all of the other years out of the water, especially this past year. So I love you. Bye.